Mortgage brokers, do you want to break into the non-QM space and specialize in DSCR loans, but you're not sure where to start? This spreadsheet is for you. This spreadsheet is something I've built over countless hours, over months and months of working on pretty much only DSCR loans and specializing in them and working with a ton of account executives at all these different companies to build this spreadsheet, which is basically a side-by-side comparison of about 40 different DSCR lenders, pretty much all the ones you'll ever want to know about, and the differences in all of their guidelines on all sorts of different issues. We have their matrices of LTVs for different scenarios, single family homes, duplex, 3 to 4 units, manufactured homes, mixed use, non-warrantable condos, condotels, short-term rentals, even foreign nationals. And down here, we have all kinds of little nitty-gritty guidelines, like their maximum units, if they do blanket loans, what their minimum loan amount is, what their maximum loan amount is, their minimum FICO score, their minimum DSCR value, how many months of seasoning do they require before you can do a cash out refinance, how many reserves do they require, weird little things like their acreage limits, their minimum square feet for the property. Short-term rental history. This is one, there are a few lenders who are, if you're doing a short-term rental refinance, most of them require 12 months of history, but a couple of them don't. And lots of other things like insurance requirements. Do they require replacement cost coverage, or will they just allow a cash value policy covering the loan amount? That's a difference between different lenders, and you need to know which is which and to be able to advise your borrowers correctly. Do you need a state license to work in different states? So this actually has the list of states all the way down at the bottom of states that they work in and which states you need a license to work in. So this will turn yellow if it is a state that you need to be licensed in. So you may have the license, but this at least tells you if you need a license to do a loan in that state or not. Recourse loans, just about all of them are recourse lenders, but there are a couple of them that are non-recourse lenders. Max seller concessions, just all kinds of helpful information for all these different lenders. But that's really just the start of this spreadsheet. Here's what you can do with this spreadsheet. If you go to the scenario builder page, you have all of these questions that you can ask your borrower and build your scenario. What state you're in, if they're a foreign national or not, if they're borrowing as an entity or as a person, if it's a single family home, you can set the product type. This will figure out the which matrix you need to use. Cash out refinance or purchase or rate and term refinance, how many months they've owned the property, if it's long-term rents or short-term rents, if it's currently rented or if it's vacant, what their FICO score is, the purchase price or current value if it's a refinance. I also have this handy little guide here. If you change these numbers around, it'll just really quick give you just a handy guide to know what you can put. If you want to get 75% LTV, you can just plug that in there and you're ready to go, and it calculates your LTV for you. You put in like I recommend just putting like a ballpark interest rate in here because it'll calculate your prepaid interest for your prepaids. All this stuff fills into the next page. So this is all really helpful stuff. Get their annual insurance and their annual property taxes and any other expenses like an HOA fee or something like that. And then their expected rents. So this will be your principal and interest payment on this scenario. And it also calculates your DSCR ratio. So this is just a really quick, easy DSCR calculator, payment calculator right here. And you can even set interest only or not. And then you can put in all your fees over here. So you put in what you expect their appraisal fee to be. You can put your broker fee right here. I actually have a calculation for mine, but you can just put if you're a flat fee broker, whatever, you can put that in there. And you put your title fees and any miscellaneous fees that you want to put in there. So after you've built this, you go back to the shopper's guide. It's going to turn red for anything that lender won't accept. So right now we are looking for a single family cash out refinance with only 3 months worth of seasoning and 75% loan to value. So we go to our shopper's guide and we can see Deep Haven. Actually, I haven't actually put their stuff in here yet. That'll be updated. Home Express will do it. American Heritage will do it. Constructive will do it. Cake will do it. Kiavi will do it. Lens will do it. So you can't take this deal to UWM or New Res or Kind because they require 6 months worth of seasoning. So there you go. That's the first part of how this tool can be super useful. If you're looking for like a one-off scenario and you need a particular lender with a particular guideline that you're looking for, this will light it right up for you. And then you can come down here and you can price out scenarios. So I actually did this earlier today. I was pricing out a deal for somebody and I found UWM had 7.125, PRMG was 7.25, New Res was at 7%, DPaven was coming in strong at 6.875, and so on and so forth. And you can shop around and you can figure out your scenario. And it will calculate everything for you. And you can show this to your borrowers. I've made it as borrower friendly as I can. Maybe you can like copy what you want to show to them and send it in an email or something like that. You probably don't want to send them the whole spreadsheet, but I use this all the time. I'll just copy it and paste it into an email, and I'll set like the top 3 scenarios and I'll just send them all to them and show it to them and be like, here you go. Here's your best scenario. Pick which one you want, something like that. You can run 6 scenarios simultaneously. So you have scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3. I use these for different, reasons. Like maybe you want to do a 3-year prepayment penalty and then a 2-year prepayment penalty, 1-year prepayment penalty. Maybe you want to do different loan amounts. So this box is green because you can actually change it. It does default to the loan amount that you want. But you can change it. Like maybe you want to do 75 LTV versus 70 LTV, and you want to look at it side by side. You can just plug in a different loan amount and it'll fill all of these over with that loan amount. And so you can shop 6 different scenarios at the same time across all the different lenders. It also calculates all the fees. So on this spreadsheet, I have every lender's lender fees in here, and I tried to be as thorough as possible. Even some of them have an entity review fee that only applies if they are an entity. So that's why you put on here whether it's a person or an entity, because it'll update whether that fee is included or not. And it will calculate their cash to close. It'll calculate their fees, everything on here. So this is a super helpful tool. It's going to help you save a ton of time asking a bunch of lenders, if they'll do a deal when they obviously won't. When you can just plug in your scenario in here, it's going to boom, tell you exactly who to go to. You price out those lenders, you send those options to your borrowers in this nice little format, and you're going to quickly become an expert in DSCR loans with this spreadsheet. So I am giving this spreadsheet away as a subscription service. So it's every 6-month renewal. You can buy it once and it's yours for life. It's your spreadsheet, but I'm going to be updating this every month as all of these lenders change their guidelines, which in the non-QM space, they change guidelines frequently. So you do want these updates, and you'll get a brand new DSCR broker guide in your inbox every month as long as you are a paying subscriber. So I hope this is helpful for you guys, and looking forward to working with you. Thanks.